Hi, welcome back, and this is Vuncore. You might have seen him in some of my videos, and if you have, then find out today how he was brought up. So, it all started in deep space, where there was a pink and mighty god called Vuncore. He was about 75 feet tall, and he had purple glowing eyes and bulgy muscles, and he was lean and muscular. He could fly through space, and he was extremely strong and could fight most monsters that he encountered. He had two knobbly horns atop his head, tough, strong fingernails and toenails, and tough, leathery skin. However, one day he encountered an enormous tentacled space monster that was many times his size, and he managed to defeat it, but only just. Poor Vuncore had his entire lower body bitten off, and he started bleeding to death, but he had no spells that could heal himself, so he had to think of another technique to somehow live on. He wanted to stay alive and he didn't want to die, but unfortunately that was not an option. So, instead, he cut open his chest and pulled out his heart and brought life to it, and it lived on for him. In other words, he created a part of him that would live on. He called it Vuncore, and he created a magical and comfortable cardboard box for it to live in that granted Vuncore immunity to the heat and cold, as well as immunity to space. Alongside his purple cardboard box with the yellow star on it, he was also given a temporary force field to protect him from any monsters that could attack him in space, because Vuncore was very vulnerable and fragile. Despite being the anatomical heart of a creature, Vuncore didn't really look like one, and he didn't have any bulging veins or bulbous bits, and he looked more like a love heart and faintly reminiscent of a peach, and he was very cute looking and had soft, warm skin, and he was plump and round. Vuncore was told by Vuncore that his force field would fade away within the next 24 hours, and he was given an instruction to create himself a planet and build it any way he wanted to. Vuncore was technically a god and therefore had creation powers. He designed his planet as a giant gobstopper made of rock candy. He made a small space inside it for him to live in, and he called his planet Vuncore. Vuncore lived happily and safely in the core of his planet, as shown on screen. He liked drilly and flowers, and he wanted to create some life forms to live on his planet, so he created flowers and drilly men. He no longer had his force field because he didn't need it. Vuncore was able to live for a little while without his heart, but since he was only able to live for a limited time without it, then he died. But at least he left something behind, and that's Vuncore. The end.